Hey, what is going on, guys? We are back again here today. It is another episode of New Figure Pickups. It's episode 75. We're 25 away from that 100th episode, and if you've been here for all 75, I appreciate each and every single one of you. If you are just joining us today for your first episode, well, be sure to get over to the page, hit that subscribe button, and as always, at the end of this video, leave me a comment. Tell me, what is your favorite item that you saw here today? And as always, it is not just new figure pickups. It could be anything wrestling related. It might even be something that's not wrestling related every once in a while, right? We always break out something. But today, for episode 75, we're going to do a big, we've got a bunch of stuff here, and we're ready to go through it, go over all of it, show it to you right here live on episode 75. And of course, we're going to try to go through this as quick as we can here because we do have, like I said, quite the amount of items in this one. So I wanted to do a good one for episode 75, a nice big episode here. We're going to start it right off. Last week, we were at TNA. They came to the Ryan Center. It was in Kingston, Rhode Island. And of course, we had to hit the merch stand. We got a couple of things here. The first is the TNA Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. It is the snapback here that they had, as you guys can see. $35 is what they're getting for these at the show. Not a bad price. I mean, you know, considering for what hats are going for, most hats are probably just about in that range, $35, $40. So it is a nice snapback. It's very nice in front there. That's all embroidered, all stitched. So a very nice hat. Yeah, like I said, who knows if we'll even get to wear it? Who knows if it'll ever happen? Maybe someday we break it out, but it is a nice piece to add to the collection. Up next, one that we already did break out, one that we have worn already here, but we're going to show it to you. It is none other than the I Believe in Joe Hendry. We believe in Joe Hendry. It is a nice t-shirt there for Joe Hendry, and this has even got the TNA logo on the sleeve, which is very nice. I think that's actually a cool little thing that they do with their shirts. I don't know if it was all of them, if it was just Superstar shirts. We'll see here in a second. I think it might have been all the shirts have it on the sleeve, which I think is pretty cool. It's a nice little, add-on to the shirt. And up next here, we've got the man. He is the authority around there. It is Santino Marella. Had to grab this. Santino, one of my favorites from way, way back in the day. And great to see him not only still in wrestling, still doing his thing, but, making the rounds to NXT, even getting a couple of matches over there. And the same thing on this one. We got the TNA on the sleeve. I do think it is on all of them. We'll have to see here. I do think it is on all three. Up next, it is going to be the third and final shirt that we had to grab that night there. This one here is their Slammiversary pay-per-view. Trying to give you guys the best view I can here. It's a little tough. It's a little tough. There we go. We get a little bit of a better view there. Slammiversary. It's got everybody on it. We got the Sunday, July 20th, Long Island, New York, down at the bottom, which is very nice, a little add-on. And this one actually doesn't have the TNA on the sleeve, so it must be just for the individual shirts. Maybe those shirts there, they don't do that for. But that is the TNA merchandise that we got last week at the show. Like I said, Ryan Center, Kingston, Rhode Island. Very, very cool, very great show. First time I've been to TNA, so was definitely a new experience. Sitting very close to the front, almost front row seats, as far as I'm concerned, and we had a great time. Me and my buddy Joe, we like I said, we went and checked it out first time, and first of many to come, that is for sure. We are already locked in for Bound for Glory, that's coming to Mass, and we're also locked in for the NXT Heatwave, which is also coming to Massachusetts, so can't wait for that. And as we keep it moving here, up next, we're going to go through some AEW figures, a couple here, as I told you guys in the last video. We're trying to complete these ROH Jazzware from the Vault figures. I really like that these are a rookie style of figure. I feel like they are almost as good as collecting trading cards. You get a rookie card. It's kind of how I feel with these figures, whether that be a figure that is, created down the road of a past time, or every now and again you get those rookie figures like a first time in the line. But this Kenny Omega here is a Jazzware's Vault exclusive. It is one of 5,000. And as you can see, that outer packaging that we get with all of these. Let's see if we can get this out of here. Slide right out the other day, but hey, come on now. Come on now. There we go. There we go. We got Kenny Omega right here. And like I said, a rookie figure of Omega. Very cool. The head scans, the hair, it's different. That's what I like about this, especially. It's not the same thing that we've gotten so many times with some of these other AEW figures. And even with that being said, we have yet to do a San Diego Comic-Con video. I don't know if we'll get around to that. Maybe we'll have to just throw little pieces into other videos, but San Diego Comic-Con, you know, we had a lot of AEW figures get shown, and it's nice to see that they are finally what feels like they're expanding to more of their roster, more of their talent. You know, it's great to get all the versions of some of these guys. You know, I'm sure there's an immense amount of Kenny Omega fans and Jon Moxley fans and Chris Jericho fans, and I'm sure I could even, you know, name a few more that they've put into those lines, but sometimes you get so many of one guy. It just, you know, it's like, how many can you really have in your collection, right? And up next, we've got none other than Brodie Lee. It's not Brody King. It's not Bruiser Brody, because in that last video, man, where was I going, huh? I was in left field. I was in right field. I was trying to play shortstop, you know, ready to catch a first down pass with a hockey stick. I don't know what was going on, but that last video was definitely something. Brodie Lee here, and coming again out of that ROH Jazzwares Vault exclusive. He is another one of 5,000, and we've got him right here. That same outer package like you just saw on the Omega. Sticker on the outside, sticker on the inside as well. Just the same as that Omega. Brodie Lee and Ring of Honor down at the bottom on the nameplate. And I really wanted to get this. Again, you know, rookie figures, throwback figures. I really like them. And when it comes to Brodie Lee, and of course, you know, going back to the days of Luke Harper, that's kind of what this figure reminded me of a little bit. So it was cool to get this. Between the Dark Order figures that we've gotten as well, and a couple of the exclusives, I don't know. I think really at this point we need to add the Luke Harper, and not only just the original version, more of the Wyatt Luke Harper, that Wyatt family style, but I think we also need to add those Bludgeon brothers, him and Eric Rowan in those red jackets, that attire. I really liked that a lot. So hopefully we will be able to find both of those figures, as well as the Eric Rowan that's going to match on both of those, because we need those as well. But that's all down the road, all down the line. Brodie Lee here, coming again, like I said, out of the Ring of Honor ROH Jazzwares from the Vault, 1 of 5,000. A very cool figure, and as it stands right now, I think we're only maybe, I think there's like one more figure from that set that I want to get. I'm not really a fan of a couple of them. I've already got a bunch, so I think we're working our way to the ends of the ROH line right now, until they maybe, you know, they might drop more. Who knows? We'll have to see what goes on in the future, but either way, up next, we're going to turn our attention back to the WWE, back to the Elite Series, and we've got none other than the Survivor Series War Games. It's Bret the Hitman Hart. This is the Build-A-Figure set for Nick Aldis, and this figure right here, I actually grabbed this strictly to make a custom Owen Hart. After we make that, we're going to, you know, doctor the box up a little bit, you know, get it a little bit more to a plain look, or maybe I'll get Owen Hart on there as a picture, as a nice photo in place of the Bret Hart there. So who knows? Maybe we'll figure it out. We'll get this whole box done up nice, but this figure is going to be turned into a custom Owen, and then eventually at some point down the road, hopefully the Survivor Series War Game set will come back in stock on Ringside, and we will just buy the 4-pack that way, and that way we'll have not only just the custom Owen, but we'll have the Bret, we'll have the rest of the set, and we will build that Nick Aldis figure. Up next, we've got Seth Rollins' top picks, and as you guys already know, I am a huge Seth Rollins fan. I'm actually, it was like bittersweet the other night for him to come out and cash in on CM Punk. I think that was quite the, you know, it was like we expected it. I think it would have been even better if they didn't do it. Maybe on Saturday night, maybe saved it for even a little bit further down the road, where it was, again, you know, still new, but had Punk to have the belt for a little bit. I don't know. Obviously, this puts Punk into the world title picture very heavily. Between him, Rollins, Gunther, I mean, who knows? We'll see quite the array. But to be able to grab this was on Ringside. They had this going through their SummerSlam sale. And this figure was only, I think, like $12. So you can't beat that. You cannot beat Elites for $12. It's basically 50% off. And I mean, hey, yeah, no tax, free shipping. It is a great thing when it comes to Ringside Collectibles. But Seth Rollins, another attire, another incarnation of the absolute incredible man himself, Seth Rollins, added to the collection. We've got, like I said, so many attires of him, from WrestleManias to Royal Rumbles to when he won the world title that first go around. There are so many great attires for Seth Rollins. So make sure you stay tuned on that, because we're going to have plenty more in the future. Up next, this one is a big one for me. When they announced this, it was something that I really just, it threw me way back. Threw me way back to the days of like 4th, 5th grade, going all the way back to elementary school. I had this exact figure, none other than The Undertaker in his Big Evil, the red attire, and this was Jax back in the day when I had his figure. Now, if you guys remember correctly, this figure came out in the Jax series. It had the molded red shirt. It wasn't exactly this figure. It wasn't to a T, this exact figure, but it was very close, very similar in style. Had the jeans on. He had the built-in bandana to the head scan, and I loved that figure so much. It was one that I even considered possibly getting again down the road in the box. And once this was announced and they put this out there, it gave me reason to not have to go after that Jax version anymore. So that was very cool. Adding this to the collection, adding it to the Undertaker collection. The Undertaker collection continuing to grow as always. One of my favorites. One of those guys that I don't know if it's ever really complete. It's like John Cena. It's like Hulk Hogan. There's so many more names that I could even go off from there. But you just keep kind of getting them more and more in the collection. I mean, even Kane. Kane's got so many different versions of himself. So many attires. So happy to add this to the collection, though. Big Evil Undertaker, one of my favorite versions of him, probably my favorite version of him, as this was the time where, him and Brock and him and John Cena, and, it was a great time to be a fan of pro wrestling, and adding this to the collection is even that much sweeter. All these years later, as it is now like an updated version to that Jax figure. Up next, this one here, this was a really great find, and it was, I didn't even think it was going to work. I've never done it before. It was the first time I ever tried it. I used the Target app for an in-store pickup. They claimed that they had this in stock. I said, well, we'll see. I'm sure I'm going to place this order. I said they're going to give me an email probably almost instantly saying that they canceled it, that they don't have it. It's not in stock. But none other than the Great Muta coming out of Legends 27, same as that Undertaker. And this Great Muta figure, the reason why I think it is one of the best, if not the best one that they have done yet, it's a much more modern version of him, much later in his most recent appearance. I think this is actually one of his last appearances that he made this very style. So it's very cool to see this here. Very happy to add this to the collection. We have this version now. We do have his Ultimate Edition. I am looking to possibly get the Ultimate Edition Chase, and we also still need the Monday Night Wars, and that has a chase as well. So they are pumping out the Great Muta figures for sure. They're probably trying to get as much as they can out of it while they can. And I look forward to, maybe we'll even see a few more before it's all said and done. He also got the, what was it there? The Superstars figure or whatever they are there. I think they're just called Superstars figures. They look like the Remco figures, but a very cool figure as well. So there you have it, the Great Muta. Up next, we got the man, Billy Gunn. He's coming out of the smoking guns here. And I know a lot of people were upset. They said, oh, this is just kind of a tough one because, they say it all the time. They don't want to make one when they can't make the other. I don't know if that means that we've got a Bart Gunn on the way and it's going to be an impressive reveal at some point down the road. But if that is the case, or it is not the case, I should say, I did make sure that I got a second of the Billy Gunn. We've already got the Rick Rude head scan put away. We're going to open one of these up, pop the Billy Gunn head right off. We're going to pop the Rick Rude head right back on there, and that's going to be it. We're going to have ourselves a Bart and a Billy Gunn coming out of the smoking guns here, and then we'll have to doctor up that other box and make a custom and go from there. But I think it's the easiest way. I saw it on Kyle Peterson's channel. I saw it on a couple of posts on Facebook. I know some people have used different head scans, different parts, different pieces. So we'll have to see, what works the best, what fits the best for me. But I've already got a couple things put aside, and I can't wait to, see how that turns out. So another custom in the works. I'm starting to get back to it now, guys. I mean, this was something I did a long time ago, making little mashups, little customs, little stuff, little things like that. And it's funny to even be doing it again. For so long, getting back into this, I would have been, let's just say this figure came out 3-4 years ago. I probably would have said, whatever, I'm just going to get the Billy Gunn and that's it. There's no point in making a custom. It is what it is. If we get the figure, cool. If we don't, we don't. But here we are making customs again. It feels like we're going back to 2008 when that was seemingly the thing to do. 2008, 2009, before Jakks switched over to Mattel. It was the thing that we were doing quite often, was making those customs. And up next, we have a man who is probably very happy right now, probably laughing all the way to the bank at the misfortune of CM Punk. That couldn't be anybody other than Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre coming out of the Ultimate Edition line here. And I figured this was the way to do it. I wanted to get this Drew McIntyre. It just seemed like this was the way to go. It seemed like this is the best version of what we can get of him right now. We also do have another Drew McIntyre. I got him up here on the wall somewhere. I might have taken him down and put him off to the side. But this will be the second Drew McIntyre figure that we do have in the collection. So excited to add this. Happy to have it, and happy to add another Ultimate to the collection, as I just, like I said, these Ultimates are great. This one, not anything too crazy. I mean, I will say it does come with a decent amount. You get 2 extra heads. You do get the, the jacket, that entrance jacket. He's got that wrist piece that he wore there. I believe that was at WrestleMania of last year. I could be wrong, but I think that was where he wore that. Again, could be completely off there, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And he's got the kilt, that he's wearing on the figure, which is great. But I mean, it is very close to being an elite, in my opinion. I mean, if you take away a head scan, you kind of got yourself an elite figure here. But either way, I'm very happy to add Drew to the collection in the Ultimates, and especially because he's one of those guys who actually fits, the Ultimate mold in some ways. That very big body, it looks good. It looks a lot better on the figures. At least that's my opinion. Up next, we got the man himself. It is none other than Main Event Jey Uso. And Jey Uso here looking great. He's got the Yeet attire. He's got the Yeet glasses. He's got a little bit of everything here. And again, like I've said, could be almost on the borderline of an elite. I mean, these Ultimates are great. It's a bunch of hands in there. I mean, that's cool. But hey, you know what? I'm always happy to add another Ultimate to the collection. As I said, get you a couple of things in there. You got your chain, you got your glasses, got your 2 hats, 2 heads, extra heads, I should say, the shirt. So very cool. Excited and happy to add this to the collection. And it is another Jey Uso that we add to the collection, which is now, I don't know, I think this might be my 4th or 5th Jey Uso, which is surprising. I mean, it's just all in the luck of the draw at this point. We happened to see this one, and I said, you know what, while it's still there, while it's available, while it's on sale at that, because I made sure to buy the whole set. We had to do it. We had to make sure that we got the whole set there. We needed the Drew, we needed the Jey, and of course, we needed the Jimmy Uso here. And this one feels good here. Feels like we are getting the Ultimate as well. We got the Ulafalo, we got the chain, we got the 2 heads, we got the extra hands, we got the shirt, we got the figure itself, and you can already see right there on the shirt, it is no yeet zone Jimmy Uso when it was all bad. But hey, you know what? When it's all bad, it all must be good again, and the brothers have reunited since then. And of course, I say it all the time. A lot of times when we get the announcement of these figures, it's almost like they're at the verge of turning. It's like, hey, WrestleMania weekend, here's these new figures. You're going to get Jimmy Uso, heel, no yeet. And then it's a month later, he's turning back face, and now he's back with his brother again. And then 3 months after that, we get the figure. So sometimes it can be a little bit, unfortunate the way that they fall. But hey, it is what it is, right? Up next, guys, it is the last piece here, and you might already know what it is. You may have seen this on the Matt's Wrestling Collectibles page on Facebook, as I did post it there the second that this came in. It arrived at 9:30 at night UPS. I was sitting out there. I was waiting for them to drop this box off, and inside was none other than the GOAT, the greatest of all time, the man who's making his final run. It is none other than John Cena, as we flip this up and down a little bit here so you can see that whole holographic package there and what that's got to offer for you. A lot of little details back there that are very nice. We spin it around to the side. John Cena there We got the WWE logo on the back. We spin it around to the other side. We got the John Cena down the bottom with the nice picture there up top. And like I said, it kind of just goes with the flow and the light there. A very cool piece. WWE logo above that. And as you already know, guys, this right here is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive for 2025. And unfortunately, no, I was not able to get one off Mattel Creations. Too many people out there, too many bots, too many, I don't know, who knows what it is. I don't want to start sounding like I'm old, but I think it is the robots. I think it might even be the aliens for all we know. Hey, but it is what it is. I wasn't able to get one. Was not able to get one on there, let alone two. We turned right to eBay and we paid a little less than what I would have paid for the two of them for the one. So I guess it wasn't really all that bad. Of course, that was the plan. Buy two for 100, sell one for 100. That is, you know, where I was going to be at with it. But unfortunately, that did not happen. But either way, it is no big deal because we have it secure. It is here. It is the Ultimate Edition John Cena. Like I said, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive 2025. What an amazing figure. This one here, I had to get it as quick as possible. This had to hit the collection instantly. We've got Cena here. He comes with 4 heads. One of them has, I don't know if it's a removable hat or if it's a molded hat. I think it is removable. So we have 2 removable hats, 4 separate heads. We've got the Chain Gang lock pendant there, or logo pendant there that he was wearing at, you know, God, what a time to be a wrestling fan when John Cena was rocking the big Chain Gang chain there. That was something. That was after the days of the lock chain. We might even have to add that to this. We might have to add a couple little pieces to this to even bring it up one more level, if that's even possible. Well, we got that there. We got the WWE Spinner Championship on him there. His Champ is Here t-shirt, which I'm so glad that we finally got this. The last time we saw this shirt with him, it was on a basic figure. I actually had the figure, and, you know, it was one of those things where I was just like, I really need this in an Elite, and I didn't ever think it was going to come to this, but hey, even that much better. How can we be upset with an Ultimate, right? So we have the shirt there. We have the attire that you do see on him. Obviously the jean shorts, the shoes that are already on him there. We spin this up a little bit so you guys can see inside. And inside there, we've got all the world champions or championships that John Cena has held. So we've got the WWE Undisputed Championship all the way to the left. After that, to the right, we've got the World Heavyweight title. We've also got the WWE Championship that was at the time of around kind of when The Rock was making his comeback with the Royal Rumble, and they had the match with Randy Orton, and, you know, there was the 2 belts were on the line. So that was that time. Then we've got the other title there all the way to the right. That was around the time of like when he beat AJ Styles. I think that was the title at that time. So now the only thing that would be missing to this would be to give him, obviously, you know, we could give him the U.S. spinner if we wanted to, as well as a regular U.S. title, and we could also give him the brand new WWE Undisputed Championship. Unfortunately, he just lost that last night. As you guys already know, we got to do a recap on SummerSlam. That's going to be coming very, very soon. I was going to try to get it done today, guys, but you know what? We had to do this new figure pickups. We had to get this stuff out of the way. So tomorrow, we will recap SummerSlam 2025, nights 1 and 2. And wow, what a recap that is going to be. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. And as always, guys, here we are. It is the end of episode 75. It's a big one. We had, you know, like I said, a lot of stuff to go over here today. So I hope you found something in this video that you really like. I mean, God, if it's not this John Cena, what could it be? There is just, there's a lot of good ones here today, but this John Cena, I think it tops them all. So as always, leave me a comment on this video. Tell me what your favorite figure you saw here today. Also, get over to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and you will make sure to see me every single day when I'm dropping these new videos. And if you want to even make sure one step ahead of that, you hit the bell icon. It'll even give you a notification every time I drop some new piece of content, whether it is a short, a full-out video, something, a post. It doesn't matter. You will get the notification if you hit that bell icon. And as always, guys, for the ones that have been here for 75 episodes, and for the people who are just joining me here today, I appreciate each and every single one of you. We got the SummerSlam recap video. We got the subscriber video, that 2,000 sub video with the giveaway. It's coming. I know I've said it probably 5 or 6 times now, but it is coming. Maybe we'll even get that done tomorrow as well. We've got so much more here on the channel, so make sure you stay tuned. And until the next new figure pickups, I will see you all there. Stay safe, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.